Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
Holy shit, Chris, you won the roll-off. You're going first. Who you playing tonight?
Ready for the groans? Rionya!
Hooray!
I haven't played this deck in forever.
I only bitch about teachers' decks, canonically.
In-game.
I do have a stack of cards waiting to go into this thing, so doing my diligence and running it once to make some cuts. So with that, I will draw for my turn.
Just watch Teach deep throat his
Yeah.
bottle.
You got to see what
And
you saw.
now I
He's,
have to,
he's
now I have to
polishing
look
that
at my
knob.
cards with an erection.
You get to. You're welcome.
I'll play a mountain and pass.
Really?
Brad.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool. I'm Nelson. I brought back Nixilis because I'm going to play it right. I'm going to attempt to play it correctly.
So, cheat count 0, but we're going to keep track this.
Cheat count currently at 0. We're going to make sure that this deck still works decently when played correctly.
I don't want to play that game because eventually
Draw for turn.
it'll wheel around to me, and I'm not any better than him.
Let's play this Ultimate Fancy Mountain, which I will be tapping to play this Ultimate Fancy Sawblade Scamp. 1/1 haste. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. I can tap it to remove an oil counter from it, and it will deal 1 damage to each opponent. I'm going to move to combat, and I'm going to swing at Chris for 1.
Is it Max Fancy? I don't see the little Phyrexian symbols on it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's
It's
not
not
oil
the. It's not
slick.
oil.
I
slick.
I don't think I have to take the 1, though.
No.
39.
Cheat count
No,
1.
you graciously. You graciously.
What did you just say?
God damn
I'm
it.
play it correctly and read
Fuck
all
it.
the cards. And
Go.
look.
Go ahead, Schnell.
Alright. I brought back Svella, Ice Shaper. This is my dealer's choice.
This is
the
fun.
whole point of this deck is just a mana ramp as much as I can, activate Svella's second ability, and let the deck decide what it's going to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to decide the first few turns. Untap up the drawer. We're going to lead off with a minimum fancy mountain. It's just cardboard. And pass over to Teach.
What up, Hive Mind? It's your boy Tej.
Woo!
And speaking of,
Minimum
what did you
fancy?
say? No.
Svella?
No.
Erections?
that's my train of thought.
Dealer's choice?
That's the one. Dealer's choice.
Ah, okay.
I'm bringing out Ramos.
Ramos.
Yes, Ramos. I, quite unlike me, I am up to date on my Ixalan cards going in decks. And Ramos got most of them with 7 brand new cards.
Damn.
I'm real excited about those cards. I want to see some of them. However, my starting hand is total garbage. So,
Someday I'll update decks instead of just building new ones when you sets them out. We'll get there.
I will
I
draw.
believe in me.
And this is an okay way to begin. I will start with a floodplain, which will enter taps. Go, Chris.
Right. Draw for the turn. Second mountain. 2 mana. Whoa,
And a fancy tap. I like that.
fancy tap. I get extra mana when I do that. Fire Diamond.
Yeah.
Enters tapped, and I will pass to Nelson.
All right. I will untap, upkeep, and draw. I'm going to play
I kept waiting to draw a third color, and then I realized it's just red-green.
Swamp as my land for the
It's been a
turn.
while since I've run this one.
I'm going to tap a mountain.
Try not to make as much eye contact when you're eating chips.
For
Zard
Soul Ring.
nuts.
I'm going to tap the Soul Ring and my Swamp for 3, and then I'm going to play Cryptolith Fragment. Enters the battlefield tapped. It taps for 1 mana of any color, and each player loses 1 life. At the beginning of my upkeep, if each player has 10 or less life, it transforms.
Each player has 10 or less life?
Yeah.
Huh.
I just like it because whenever I activate it, everybody loses a life. And that
Which activates your commander 6 times.
actually each player. Yeah, no, 6 carry the 2. Carry the 2. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna move to combat, and I'm going to swing at Schnell for 1.
No!
There you go. I haven't teased you once.
39.
I will pass the turn to Schnell.
Tease count 4 on my part. Untap a huge draw. Rootbound Craig into a Moss Diamond, because I also like diamonds
Ooh.
as a budgety...
Shine on you, crazy
Your
diamonds.
lady's
Yeah.
best friend.
Go ahead, Teach.
I will untap my floodplains, and I will draw a card. I will activate this floodplain. I can sacrifice it to search my library for a plains or island card. Put that card into play and shuffle my library afterwards.
Ramos.
I am going to search for... Got it. I will also play a land for turn, island, and I will pass. As I'm searching
Right.
for a new land.
I will untap.
By
Draw for the
dueling a
turn.
shock land.
Ooh. I will play a mountain.
Old.
Then I will
Temple Gardens.
pay 2 mana.
Reread Rionya.
And I will cast Runaway Steamkin.
Ah. Kill it, quick.
The Steamkin?
Yes.
No.
Well, not you, somebody else.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, you're allowed to. It's a 1/1 swing into. Damn it, Nelson's tapped out.
This is really stupid and a waste, but I'm going to pay 1 red. I'm going to Vandalblast your Soul Ring.
Ha!
Because I don't want you to have 6 mana on your turn.
Okay. Interesting.
That wasn't stupid at all.
No, that was solid. Fuck you.
Then I will
fair.
pass.
Okay. I will untap. Upkeep
Sigh
and
happily.
draw for turn. No, I'm not signing. Okay.
Vant Ramos. Got it.
Mountain will be my
Sign,
land
sign.
for the turn.
Still cast your commandy.
I'm going to pay 4. Everybody loses un life.
38.
38.
39.
You do as well from Cryptos?
Yeah, each player, I believe. Each player loses 1 life. See, try not to cheat over
No,
here.
that's fine. I just like the, yeah, I believe. Let me read it. You just
Urbrask.
kept backing up.
4/4 first strike. Whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, he deals 1 damage to target opponent, and I add a mountain. For a mountain, I can exile and then return him to the battlefield transformed under my control.
I like her.
Nelson, I'm sorry.
I do too.
I'm going to move to
Nelson,
combat.
you're so pretty.
Oh, what a sweet boy.
No.
You don't
Is there
wanna
really
bring
any
your
doubt
own-
where this guy's going?
And, well, you could kill it if you wanted to. Not a creature spell, right?
Yeah,
He should
Urbrask
have
can't
1,
swing
actually.
yet.
I forgot. I'm going to swing at...
Oh, it's the non-hasty one.
Yeah, I'm going to swing at Teach for 1.
What's that thing on
An
it?
oil counter.
Okay.
I forgot to put it when I cast
Earl
Cripple.
counter.
Actually, I should have had one for Soul Ring. too.
Earl Shine.
That's right. Okay, so that ends my turn. Go ahead, Schnell.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Drawer. Land for turn. Forest. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Svella. Ice Shaper. For 3 and tapping her, I can create a colorless snow artifact token named Icy Manolith with tap stat of mana of any color. Or for 8 and tapper, look at the top 4 cards of my library. I may cast a spell from among them without paying for it. Put the rest in the bottom of my library in a random order. I will pass to Tej.
All right, Blue Mage. Hold those counter spells up.
And that's
It's true, because I do cast them.
wrong. Alright.
This deck has like
we're
Eldrazi
cooking
and
with
shit in
fire.
it, if I remember, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Like big
Yeah.
dumb stuff.
Into Arcane
things
Signet.
I'd like to have, but things I'd not like to have to
Pay
pay
it
for.
for. Fair enough. Blightsteel.
Arcane Signet.
Yeah.
Everybody ramping this
I
game.
try not to run Blightsteel too much because it's a bitch fucking card.
Yeah, it is.
Draw for the turn. Man,
Never had a
there's
good home for it. That's why I
there's
traded
some
it away.
crazy mountains. I need to get all my mountains on the same page here. We have
The only
Lorwyn
deck
Mountains,
I've got it in
Corset
is that
Mountains,
colorless Kozilek.
Amonkhet Mountains.
Those Lauren Mountains, though, are
Yeah,
so
they're
big.
super
I do love
cool.
them. But why do I have M14 Mountains next to it?
Do the
What?
Lorwyn Mountains have goats on them? Is Goat Mountains a thing?
I don't know.
You'd think
Feels
so.
like Lorwyn would have Goat Mountains.
That or Theros.
Yeah.
Do the Lauren Mountains have Theros on them?
Do Lorwyn goats have there or something? Nick's Fleece Ram does.
Yeah, he does. That dirty dog.
Dirty fucking.
I will pay 2 mana. And then another 2, because
Look
that's
at
how you
you.
get to 4.
Hey, there you go.
And I'm terrible at numbers. I will cast Thundering Raiju. Cast trigger, a 1/1 counter.
I was
goes
gonna
on-
say you can't.
Runaway
You have to
Steamkin.
evolve Pikachu first. You can't just play a Raiju.
Where's your lightning stone or whatever?
It is a 3/3 with haste. When it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then Thundering Raiju deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of modified creatures you control other than Thundering Raiju. Raiju.
Come on.
How big is Svella?
2-4.
Come on.
6-8.
Nelson's got a 4/4.
Don't overthink it. What's your counter?
Tej has got a
I will
nothing.
move to combat.
You
Tej, I will attack you for 3.
How could you? No one saw this coming.
Attack trigger. 1/1 counter on Runaway Steam Kid.
And then 1 damage to each of us, or what was that?
Yes, I have 1 modified creature, so it is 1 damage to each opponent.
34.
Damn, that would have triggered out Nixilis again.
Possibly even legitimately.
No, very much legitimate.
Then I will remove 3
That would have
1/1
exiled
counters from
12
Runaway
cards.
Steam Kid to add 3 red. Tap Fire Diamond for a 4th red. I will cast Leyline Tyrant.
Ooh,
Jesus
nice.
Christ.
Disapprove.
That gets me a 1/1 counter on Runaway Steam Kid.
What's the power and toughness on the Tyrant?
4/4 flyer. Pass to Nelson.
Alright. Untap.
Get him. Smite someone who deserves it for once.
Upkeep and draw for turn. I will play a mountain as my land for turn. I'm going to pay 4. I'm going to cast your friend and mine, Prosper Tomebound. 1/4 Death Touch. Mystic Arcanum. At the beginning of my end step, I exile the top card of my library, and until the end of my next turn, I may play that
Did you
card.
hear Mr. Arcanum?
That's what I heard as well.
Okay.
He is Mr. Arcanum. Pact Boon. Whenever I play a card from exile, I create a trade.
Mr. Arcanum, 2023.
Now I'm Pact Moon.
Alright, I'm going to move to combat.
He's just talking a lot of shit. You should kick his ass.
And so you got a 4/4, right? And then you got a 2/2 on tap?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to swing at Tej for 1 and Chris 4/4.
Listen, I have a door to nothingness in my hand.
If
If you don't want to use any of... How much for me? 2? 4?
1.
1. 33.
Neither fucking option.
7?
Does not compute.
I will take the 4. 34.
Alrighty. That will be my turn. Go ahead, Schnell. And I will exile on my end step, exile the top card of my library, which is a Seething Song.
Does Cryptolith Fragment tap for colored mana or just a wingding?
Mana of any color.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Draw. We will go with a land for the turn. Rockfall Vale. Enters the battlefield tapped unless I control 2 or more other lands. I read that right. Shut up.
You did.
Next. Do you want to do anything else? No, for that. So we will Rampant Growth. Search my library for a basic card, put that on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. We'll grab a forest. It really doesn't matter. Quantity over quality.
Matters to me.
Damn it.
With that, I will have Nelson cut my deck and pass it to Teach.
I will untap. I will draw something useful.
It's real to me, damn it.
It's real and unuseful. Mountain is an island this turn.
Mom says it's my turn with the island.
And her name is Australia.
Told Stacy her new nickname is Tex, and her response was, "Sounds mighty fine, pardner."
She's playing the
I
role
assume
well.
she spelled it hard.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed.
Blue.
She's way smarter and
She
cooler
is,
than me.
she is detail oriented.
Red. Green. This will get me Yidris, Maelstrom Wielder. 5/4 Ogre Wizard with Trample. And whenever Yidris deals combat damage to a player, as I cast spells from my hand this turn, they gain Cascade. Now I have a monster on board, and I will pass over to my friends. But only one in specific. What the fuck? I've had like half a glass of wine, and now I can't
Draw for the
talk.
turn.
In specifically.
Why do
cannot
you let
talk.
me drink wine?
I mean, I did restock my mini fridge with Lou's Demise and Outboard. So.
Whoa. You said the magic words.
Yeah. Mini fridge.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now I have an erection.
Our erection combat.
Wow.
Puts his hand on your thigh.
Sharing is
erection.
caring.
That was really good.
I care for about a minute and a half.
That's also a
Then I get
fantastic
tired.
song.
I gotta
We
do it
care
this
a
way.
lot. Faith No More.
Yep.
About the Army, Air Force, and Marines.
2 mana. Mind Stone.
Seriously, just listen to it sometimes. Fantastic song.
I was listening to a very different song on my way here. 4 mana. Primal
I hate
Amulet.
everything about you.
Even differenter.
That sounds so much.
God bless the U.S.
Do I love you?
Primal Amulet's such a good card.
I am just going to pass this turn.
All right.
I was
Untap.
listening to It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion.
Okay, yes, extremely different. Nor, not one I would have guessed either. Upkeep and draw.
Fight any of you to turn it off if it comes on the radio.
That's fair.
Okay. I'll take that bet.
Again, I can't judge. There's a YouTube video of me out there somewhere playing My Heart Will Go On a
Ocarina. Yeah, you took it off the fucking. Was it on the store page?
It might have been.
Whatever you posted it to, you took it down from because I used to watch it every once in a while.
Oh, it probably
love
went
it.
down when I deleted Facebook.
Oh, that was
That's
probably
probably
it. That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
That will
Okay, so I'm
do
gonna
it.
I'm gonna pay 3 to cast Seething Song from Exile. So that's going to give me here. I'm just gonna hold this for
Treasure.
now. So 5 red manners and a treasure. Which I'll
Did you lose your cube
draw out for that. Huh?
that these dice came in?
Yes, I did. Did I leave it here?
No,
Oh.
but you might have left one of the dice here.
So,
Yes, I think I did.
So one day you just grabbed all your dice in your hands and went home?
Literally.
And then got
Okay.
home. It's like, what the fuck
So
is
now
this?
I also
this is
cast an
different.
instant or sorcery spell, and I'm going to have Urabrask deal 1 damage to Schnell. That will give me another red manor.
I'll remember this.
I'm going to pay 1 red manor, and I'm going to exile Urabrask and return him to the battlefield. T-transformed. He is now the Great Work,
I'm not questioning you, but what causes or what allows you to flip them?
paying 1 red mana.
That's it?
Yeah,
Shit.
pretty sure that's all it is. Pay 1 red mana, exile Urabrask, then return to the battlefield. Transform. I'm trying really hard
No,
not
I
to
just
cheat.
I
I'm trying real hard to be a good boy this time, guys.
It's not laughing
Activate-
at you.
activate only if you cast a sorcery and only if you cast 3 or more
Oh,
instant
only
sorcery spells this turn. Activate as a sorcery if
Oh,
you
shit.
cast 3 or more this turn.
I stopped
laughing
after
at you.
activate only as a sorcery.
I-
Yeah, so I can't. I do get the mana though. So I've got 6 red mana. I'm getting there, boys.
1.
Yep, they're cheating at 1. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 of the
I
red
didn't know
mana.
exactly how he was worded.
Um,
I'm sorry. I knew there was
No,
more
you're right.
text
You're
to it.
right.
than
2 of
that.
the red mana, and I'm going to cast Thermal Alchemist. 0/3 defender. He taps to deal 1 damage to each opponent whenever I cast an instant or one instant or sorcery
Okay.
spell. I may untap him.
I don't blame you. You get
okay.
really excited and just stop when the words match
I-
what you want.
I want you, new rule for you, Nelson. Stop reading cards out loud when you get to the artist.
There you go.
Great. Okay.
Stop making fun of the guy with the best board state, please.
Three and a black, and I'm going
It's
to.
so hard!
I'm gonna cast
Stop talking about your erection.
Our
I will
erection.
not.
Nixilis, Captive Kingpin.
Ugh.
All right.
Yeah, damn it, I'm Nixilis. Defender. Okay. I saw one word at the top, and I couldn't remember if Thermal Alchemist had haste or what it had.
No, Defender.
Okay.
And 0/3 can't swing in, even if it wanted to.
All right. So I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing at Chanel with a 4/4
I deserve it.
first strike. I'm going to. What is the Idris?
5-4.
A 5/4.
Good, buddy.
Jesus Christ. Okay. And then I'm gonna swing at Tej with a 1/4 death touch.
God damn.
You don't die if it hits you.
Yeah, you don't die.
Unless you're at
Oh,
1.
thank you.
Yeah, unless you're at 1. So Schnell for 4 with a first striker, and Tej for 1 with a death toucher.
No blocks,
Take
no
that one.
tricks, down to 32.
32 as well.
Okay. Tej lost exactly 1 life.
Exactly.
So Ob
Wait,
gets a
31.
+1/+1
31.
counter.
I'm going to 31.
Okay. Ob gets a +1/+1 counter. And then I exile the top card of my library, and until my next end step, I may play that card. It's an ancient 2.
I forgot that's what he does.
I have not played a land yet this turn.
Real
Nixilis.
fucking bigger.
So we are going to play that. As
I
my
can
land
get a
for
good
the
look
turn.
at a point of damage by sticking my head up on Nixilis' ass, but I'd rather take Elspeth's word for it.
Oh, wait. It's got to be your demon.
I'm going to move to my end step, and that will trigger Prosper. So I will be exiling... Oh, sorry.
Before the end of your turn,
Yeah.
I'm just going to pay 3 and activate Svella
Sure.
to create
An icy manolith.
an icy manolith.
Prosper is exiling Sardian Avenger. It's a 1/1 first strike and trample. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts my opponents control. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Sardian Avenger deals 1 damage to that player.
Yeah.
So keep pumping out those artifacts, buddy.
Huh.
That is it. Yep.
Untap. Upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Land for the turn will be Cinderglade. ETB's tapped unless I control 2 or more basic lands. I have 2 or more.
Sure does.
Then we will lead into 1, 2, 3, 7. Nyx Bloom Ancient. 5/5 trample. Whenever I tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead.
It's a good card for that deck.
Your commander makes permanents and tap for mana.
I saw that.
Weird.
I'm gonna tap this mountain for 3 red and sneak out an Arnie
Goddamn
Broken
Synergizer Bunny over there.
Nice. I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's really good.
Bow.
LOL.
Everyone has something slightly bigger than that 3/3, and I can't activate Arnie to make him a 5/5 this turn. So I will pass to Tej Cowardly.
Allison, how big are the creatures you have untapped?
A 0/3, a 1/1, and a 5/4.
Okay. Don't like any of that. Draw.
Deal 4 damage to each creature, all out.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to play Stomping Ground, untapped. I'll take 2. Down to 30.
Ooh, he really needs the mana.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast my commander.
Spell is so cool.
Ramos is out.
Which one, right?
The art on Svella,
Ooh.
the alternate,
yeah.
the fancy art on
That's her.
Svella, looks so good.
Alright, deck. Let's work together.
I don't like you, and you don't like me.
5, 6. Could potentially do that. But I kind of want to sit on that. Alright,
Stop talking about Tej's erection.
I was gonna go with face, but that works too.
That's the ongoing joke of this one.
Wants a mustache ride.
I found fun.
That's Nick Kroll, right?
No.
The Ivant one?
No,
that's
no,
Super
no.
Troopers.
Oh, am I
That's
thinking of something
some
different?
German guy. Or German character.
I was
true.
driving way too fast.
Oh, yeah.
I will pay 1 red mana. I will cast Cathartic Reunion as an additional... Oh, I can't.
You gotta pitch 2 for that
Pitch
one. don't
2. Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
Tormenting Voice. Alright, guys. I got Cathartic Reunion in my hand.
you? Got him.
Is it the sexy love story?
Could you not do-
Reunion from...
It is.
Do you want to drip on your
nice.
carpet?
It's
It's either drip on your carpet or deep throat the bottom. What do you want? What do you want?
Don't make eye contact when you're.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
I thought you wanted to stare you in the
Yeah,
eyes as you
I
finished.
I don't know what I want.
What do you guys call that? Grabbing the bull by the
I'm
horns.
very confused right now.
Poor Nelson.
I will pay 5. I will cast my commander.
All our commanders are on board.
And he has a cathartic reunion now.
Oh, God.
He's enchanting the world with it. The Enchant World Cathartic Reunion. Not quite the Enchant playmat that I've played before.
I will pass to Nelson.
What are you playing that on? I don't know.
I got excited.
Just for shits and fun, on your end step, I'm going to add a black. Everybody's going to lose a life. That's going to trigger up Nixilis. He's going to get a counter.
31.
And exile a card.
29.
Alright. Now, upon to my turn proper.
33.
I will untap.
Chris is so butch.
And I'm at 36.
Got him.
I will draw for turn.
I assume that's where you were going with that.
Activate Thermal Alchemist, 1 damage to each opponent. It's gonna trigger Ob.
Down to 30.
Gonna exile another card with him. A swamp. I'm gonna play the swamp as my land for the turn. That is playing a card from
Say Prosper trigger.
exile. So triggers Prosper. That's 2 treasures. I really got to get my treasure card out.
Really got to get my shit together.
I'm gonna pay. Thanks. I'm gonna pay 2 from Ancient Tomb and a red to cast Lyella from exile. So she has haste, and whenever she attacks, I exile the top card of my library. I may play that card this turn. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from my library and or my graveyard, she gets a +1/+1 counter. So that was played from exile. That will also trigger Prosper. Going up to 3 treasures. I'm going to tap 2 red. And I'm going to play Sardian Avenger from exile. Let's see. It's going to up my treasure count to 4. Alright.
Not like
It's instant or sorcery, right? Yeah, which I haven't.
I think they're pretty cool.
I mean, I'm a fan of them, but not as a player at the table. Not as an opponent.
Well, as an opponent, I'm rooting for Nelson.
Damn it.
Go, Nelson, go.
Go, Nelson.
Destroy the non-believers.
I'm going to activate the Sawblade Scamp and remove an oil counter from him. Each opponent takes 1 damage. That will trigger up
29.
Nixilis. He goes up
27.
to 4 +1/+1 counters, exiling a delayed blast fireball. Okay. I'm gonna pay. Sorry, I was just thinking. I'm gonna pay 2, and I'm gonna foretell this card.
What is it?
It's called a big brain move. All right.
Can you foretell from exile like that? Or does foretell have to be from your hand?
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
you can
know.
just foretell from anywhere, right? During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile. Oh no, it has to be from your hand.
Okay, okay.
It does have to be from your hand.
Sometimes those
was-
things are worded weird like
Yeah,
that.
you're
And I
right.
was,
That's
I
cheat
was
count
about to
2.
question if Fortel was casting.
Okay, so then I have to, and then I can only cast it for this.
Correct.
Then. So, I'm going to tap the Cryptolith Fragment for 1 red. We each lose 1. That will activate Ob Nixilis.
28.
26.
Jesus.
And he's
Card advantage is a little kooky over there.
So that's 1 red. Then we're gonna do
Creepy. That's
1,
creepy.
and I'm gonna crack treasure for another
Altogether
red.
kooky.
So I'm gonna be playing Delayed Blast Fireball. That is from exile, so that will give me another treasure. So this goes back up to 4. 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control.
Listen, you and I are the ones with erections.
So that just deals
Nelson's over
damage to
there playing with
you.
himself.
Do you have anything with 2 toughness? No. Okay.
So I just take 2.
Yep. And then Teach took 2 as well.
And that. Or is it just our stuff?
To each opponent and each creature they control.
Okay.
All right. Then I'm gonna pay 1, and then crack 2 more treasures.
Can I read the fireball? I haven't seen that one.
It's a really good card. I like it. It was in the Faraday Precon, I think.
Wouldn't it deal 5 to it?
No, because I have to do for
If
4
this spell
telltales.
was cast from exile.
Oh, you're right. It is from exile, still technically.
Yeah.
So it's 5 and 5 to each creature you control.
God damn it.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
I read that wrong. I thought it had to be,
Damn it.
but exile is. Yeah. You're right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. So does anybody have any responses to that?
So we lose. Got it. Thanks, Justin.
Just wanted him to win with no asterisks. Asterisks.
My entire board is gone.
Yep.
Okay. So that was it. That's also an instant, which untaps Thermo Alchemist and Sawblade Scamp, and it triggers Urabrask. So you
When
each
you
take
get an
one.
oil counter on things.
Yes. You each take 1, which
Ah!
activates Nixilis.
My next turn, if I get one now, is going to be far less impressive. That I don't have access to 28 mana.
I already paid. I already played a land for the turn, so I can't play this one. I'm gonna pay 1 and crack 2
My
treasures.
next turn isn't going to be that less impressive.
And I'm going to cast Theater of Horrors. That was from
Theater of
Exile, so that will
Horrors.
give me another treasure. At the beginning of my upkeep, I exile the top card of my library. During my turn, and if an opponent lost life this turn, I may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled with Theater of Horrors. Then I can pay 3 and a red to have it deal 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Okay. So now I'm going to go to combat. How many artifacts do my opponents have in play right now?
I have 2.
You have 2.
I have 3.
3. You have 6. Okay. Chris is life leader. I'm going to swing at you with a 7/1 first strike trampler. And then I'm going to swing Nixilis, not the swamp.
Swamp King.
So 10 at Schnell. And then 7 at Teach.
Mine's Commander.
Yours is worse. I'm sorry that
I
happened.
have no responses. Down to 20.
Down to 12.
Okay.
13.
Then I'm going to activate Thermo Alchemist to deal you guys each 1 damage. Exiling another card. God damn it.
Making Nixilis
Oh, I'm
bigger.
sorry. Are you not getting the things you want?
Yeah, right. Yeah, making Nixilis bigger now. Okay. And then...
Which is ironic because I still took the same amount of damage
Yep.
had he activated it before or after.
So let's come in.
Yep. Now we can survive a second shot from... No. Still can't.
Okay, I'm going to move to my end step. These guys get exiled permanently. Because I think it's just this turn, right? Exile the top card of your library until your next end step. Yeah, and that all happened on this turn, so that's that end step. Those go away for good. Then Prosper triggers, and he will exile this mountain. I am going to pass the turn to you, Schnell. Go ahead.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I guess that's an answer. Maybe.
Is it a border wipe?
How big is Nixilis?
Nixilis is a 11-10.
Okay.
Is an 11-10.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I have one of those in my hand too.
Why didn't you play it?
Blasphemous act.
Hooray!
Okay. In response, I'm going to
Oh.
crack a treasure, and I'm going to play Malakir Rebirth, choosing Nixilis Captive Kingpin.
Okay.
I lose 2 life. Until the end of my turn, or until the end of this turn, sorry, that creature gains, when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
That's fine. He
So
at least loses
then-
7 counters.
Yeah.
Yep. So now all my shit dies. In response, then, I'm going to... This had 1 oil counter on it, so I'm going to do this. Hit all you guys for 1 by removing the oil counter.
exile.
That's going to... Oh, and also this instant untap my Thermo Alchemist. So now I'm going to exile a card with Nixilis, which I can't do anything with right now. Then I'm going to Thermo Alchemist again. Each of you guys take 1. Exiling a card from Nixilis. It's an artifact. I can't play it. So then all my shit dies. I lose, I believe, everything in Prosper goes to
Yes.
regular exile. So everything that I had exiled, I lose. All these boys die. And girls. And then Ob sticks around.
He will come back.
He will come back right at the end of the... No, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
But yeah, he comes back at the end.
Yeah, so he's technically gone for now.
Okay.
Good job, Chanel.
And then because I haven't done anything completely random with this deck yet, I was ramping up with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ingenuity Engine. It is a 7-drop cascade. So, exile cards off the top of my library until I exile a non-land that costs less than this. I can also later pay 1, tap it, sack an artifact, and return this to my hand.
Is that the one with all of the different artifacts hidden in the artwork?
It might be. I don't think it is. It might be. Either way. I got a Commander Sphere. Big fucking whiff.
May I see that?
Yes.
It taps for any color, but you can sacrifice a draw card.
Yes, this is the thing I'm thinking of.
Okay. We'll say that's good enough. I'll lose later.
You'll see like the Darksteel Ingot and the Sword of Feast and Famine, and there's all kinds of... There's probably like 20 artifacts hidden in that thing.
Nice. Teach, go ahead.
Okay, untap. Draw.
I think
see the
top left
hammer-
is the Zurin Orb.
I see the Hammer of
Reflecting
Nizan.
Pool.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Chrome Mox. Okay. Oh,
It's-
obviously Soul Ring.
Yeah, it's easier to see online when you can...
Zoom in.
Yeah. But it's kind of a cool piece of artwork.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
I'm going to cast Chromatic Orrery.
That might be in the artwork. That's not in the artwork.
I can spend mana as though it were any color. I can tap this to add 5 colorless, and I can pay 5 and tap this to draw a card for each color among permanents I control. Pass turn.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Nothing. Just give me something to drink.
Ooh.
Ass.
I was hoping for some sort of 6-drop creature.
Ugh, okay. I will pass the turn.
Alright.
Go Benevolent Overlord Nelson.
I will untap. On my upkeep, Theater of Horrors will trigger. I will
so
exile
close to
a
your
card.
Cryptolith thing flipping.
I know. Then I will draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and play this mountain as my land for the turn.
Can I read up next, please?
I'm going to tap my Cryptolith Fragment for red. We're each going to lose a life.
Down to 8.
That's going to trigger Ob. So we'll do this, and then we're going to exile a card with him. Any cards underneath Theater of Horrors are now fair game for this turn. So I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to cast Vampiric Tutor. And pay 2 life.
That's what I was booing.
Search my library for 1 card, shuffle my library, and then put that card on top.
Then show it to your opponents.
Then discard your deck.
You lose the game.
27.
Then you mill all of it.
Drawn by Chippy.
Joke's on you guys. I'm vamp tutoring for. I'm vamp tutoring for.
Of all the magic artists, Chippy is the one that came to mind first. God damn it. That's awesome.
Except he broke your rule. He was supposed to read the flavor text too.
Yeah.
Read till you hit the artist. Slowly.
Why does every spell Nelson casts end in Chippy?
Illustrated by Chippy.
I can't be the only person that ever thought to do like an entire EDH deck with all that artwork by the same one artist.
With an EDH deck, no, but isn't there benefits in Unhinged or Unglued to
I
doing
think so.
that? Yeah.
I wanted to do a Ron Spencer one, but there's not enough non-basic, or not enough, like, you couldn't do the mana base.
Oh, okay.
Like he's done some swamps and that's about it.
All right, I'm gonna move to combat, and I'm going to swing at Chris for 5 in the air.
Reconsider.
Double bolt it with your red instance. Cards in hand.
2.
How many non-cathartic reunions?
He meant 2, not cathartic reunions. What he's gonna do? He's gonna play cathartic reunion.
2.
Like the
red.
soap, bro. Make him look like an ass. Cast a spell, bro. Make him look like an ass.
He's got all this mana, so it makes me very nervous.
Well, and he just tutored for
Yes.
something.
I'm going to cast Storm King's Thunder.
Jesus.
When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, you
brutal.
may copy that spell
He
X
is
times.
going to double bolt you.
Yep.
X is going to be 2 because it costs 1 less from Primal Amulet.
Shock.
So,
Don't you? Oh my.
Yes.
Okay.
then I'm going to
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Wild Magic Surge.
Yes!
So there will be 3 of them.
Okay, and they're all coming at Ob.
1 is
No.
coming at Ob.
That's
1 is
not how
coming
that
at the
works.
Cryptolith Fragment and at one of your swamps.
Wait, what?
Yeah, destroy target permanent.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You don't want to hit his theater?
No.
You don't want to hit 2 of his lands, like Ancient Tomb.
No. So 3 permanents get destroyed.
Yep.
Its controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a permanent card that shares a card type with that permanent.
So, one at a time.
Hold on. So you decide the order that he's looking for.
So I'd resolve it
artifact,
in
and creature.
the reverse order from how I targeted them. So the
Yes.
land would resolve
Go.
first.
So I'm looking for a land.
Land first.
Then artifact, then
Bastard. I was gonna try to put it in.
creature.
Land.
Yeah.
Land.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Now where do these go? Stay here. And I just keep going then.
Hold on. They rest on the bottom of their library in a random order.
Oh, so I just get to hit one of them?
Yes. These are 3
Oh,
individual
3 separate. Okay,
spell
got it.
resolutions.
Okay.
Your next one was an artifact.
Yep.
So you reveal till you hit an artifact to put it into play.
I just wanted to make sure we
Land.
were getting the correct order.
Instant artifact.
Okay.
Thank you. Kind of poopy one.
Boots
I'll
with
take
the
that.
fur.
And then now a creature.
All right. So. Okay, and now a creature. Land, enchantment, land, instant, creature. Kessing Flame Breather. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
That was a good play, Chris.
That was a good play.
I try.
Okay.
2 counters on Primal Amulet. Pass to
Continue.
the. Oh yeah.
No, it's still my turn.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry.
still my turn.
Sorry. It felt kind of like my turn.
Proceed to second main phase. Post-combat main phase.
That was my cathartic reunion ammo you made me spend.
I am so
FYI.
Proceed to second.
'Cause you had to choose
during
me.
intercourse. And $1 because my wife stopped sleeping with me.
Proceed to post-combat main
All right,
phase.
I'm
just gonna pass.
I'm gonna attempt to recast my commander. Any responses from the blue player? All right.
Negative.
No.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, hurry up. Force
You
spike
say
it.
that like I don't have red counter spells.
That's true. You could have a Tybalt's Trickery or whatever
Another
else
one.
might not be there.
Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast.
Yeah, see,
There you
got
go.
3 options.
Um,
Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the boots with the fur on the feller.
I was really trying to
Okay.
hinder your access to
go
black
ahead.
mana.
Before the end of your turn, I will pay 1, tap the Ingenuity, sacrificing the Icy Manolith, removing or returning the Ingenuity back to my hand.
Do you just have the 1 swamp?
Yep.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
No reason.
No reason.
Land of the turn, forest. 3, 5.
What the hell happened to my other swamps? I thought I had more than 2.
Remember
Maybe I
wanting
didn't.
to run multiple colors was a real deck building restriction?
Ingenuity engine.
Pepperidge Farm does.
Yeah, it's girl saying it. Woo! It's almost like this deck was designed to just fucking ram. Nevinral's disc.
Yeesh.
Sorry, have we entered the groaning phase?
Yes. Our erection combat.
Oh, fuck. Pass to Teej. Groany McNot happy over there.
I know what you're trying to do, but I have 9 life.
I don't know what I'm trying to do. Get out of my head.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That is so much mana.
Not that much mana.
I have 11.
6.
Soon to go down by a number. But with the disc potential. Nah, I'm not gonna live that long.
6, 7, 8.
Apparently I'm the only one that runs board wipes in this pod.
This deck does not have board
I just haven't
wipes.
had to cast. Well, I guess I cast
You
a.
just haven't had to cast them.
Ramos.
Rionya
I didn't want to
has
blow
some.
my own board up
Yeah.
earlier. That's why.
Pass turn.
I've had one in my opening since my opening hand, but
Besides, why should I waste deck slots on him? Schnell runs them.
Nah.
No, I think this is the only deck I own that does not have a board wipe in it. That's not true. There's got to be a couple.
Didn't even give a full second after that. That's not true.
Nope, that's
I'm
not
full
true.
of shit.
yeah,
can't
don't
be
listen
true.
to me
I'm a
talk.
goddamn liar.
Most of my decks.
I'm going to pay 1.
The vast majority.
I'm going to sack this Mind Stone to draw a card.
Proud people of Rionya.
I don't like anything about this stuff. Now I'm going to Cathartic Reunion.
What? He's got more stuff for it.
Discarding Circuit Bender and a Mountain.
I don't even know.
Oh, I paid 1 mana too many for the... Due to Primal Land.
Classic blunder.
Land War in Asia, tapping
So-
too many mountains.
It was so
draw 3.
cathartic. He just felt a little verklempt. Verklempt.
I wasn't in what I didn't hear you. That was a what I heard you.
It's just coffee talk over here. It's coffee talk.
With all the creatures he's casting.
I'm going to pay 4 mana. I will cast Mana Geyser. I just want to recast my commander. That's all I'm doing.
I have 8 tapped lands.
Yep. So, I will recast Rionya.
So much mana burn.
That was my 4th counter on Primal Amulet. Now it flips into Primal Wellspring.
It's a
Is that
good.
the land that copies spells?
Yeah.
Yes, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. When that mana is spent to cast an instant or sorcery, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy.
Is it tapped?
It shouldn't. Pass to Nelson.
Okay.
Transforming Exiles, right?
Untap.
Yes.
On my
Okay,
upkeep
so
Theater
yeah.
of Horror triggers, I will be exiling.
But it wasn't.
But then-
The
so it's
artifact
in
wasn't tapped anyway.
That doesn't
my
matter.
drawing for
It
turn.
might some of them on the front say like it enters the battlefield tapped.
I do not believe this one does.
Wow, we're making Chris read all the words. No trust in this.
It just says remove those counters and transform it.
I'm gonna pay 2 and cast Dockside Extortionist.
I don't
How
know
many
that I've ever
artifacts and
actually flipped
enchantments
this card before.
Do you guys control?
In response, I'm going to sacrifice Commander Sphere to draw a card.
Okay.
1 less now, asshole.
Yep.
4.
4, 7.
1.
That's 8. We're gonna get 10 total.
Ha! He almost had 11. I stopped him.
Good job, buddy.
And no enchantments on my board.
Okay. As my land for the turn, I'm gonna play. Thank you.
Does he not count those as well?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Swamp. I said how many artifacts and enchantments do you each control?
I only pointed out my 4 artifacts.
Ah,
There was no follow-up question.
sorry. I shouldn't have combined them into the same one. Next time I shan't.
You did it this time.
Yeah.
Dinka dinka. Dinka doo. Oh, he's losing life. We got him. He's on the ropes.
On death ropes.
I don't think any of that's accurate.
I'm gonna activate Theater of Horrors to deal 1 damage to each opponent.
Down to 7.
Triggers up Nixilis, exiling a Cataract Parasite. I will pay a black, and I will play the Cataract Parasite.
I love that card.
I have an obstruction in my ass. Fucking ob.
My mind flashed back to when my dog ate a kitchen rag.
Did you do the magician?
And she was walking around the backyard with half a kitchen rag hanging out of her
I'm going
ass.
to activate Theater of Horrors again. Each of you takes a damage.
Down to 6.
I had a cat do a butt scoot for the first time. And I was like, oh god, I hope it's not worms. And it was just a dingleberry.
The first time you noticed.
Yeah.
Also, I'm ashamed that just now I realized with Nelson misplaying Nixilis the first game that we should have been calling him Nixilis the whole fucking time.
Yep.
Oh, Nixilis. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so
That's
I'm
on
going
me.
to...
I should have caught it earlier.
I'm going to pay 1 to play Kaya's Ghost form and put it on the Cataract Parasite.
Yeah, but then
That's a non-creature spell, so that will trigger Kresig Flame Breather. You each take a damage.
down to 5.
Ob gets a counter.
Down to 6.
I exile another card with him. It is a Fate Unraveler. I'm going to crack 4 treasures, going down to 2, and I'm going to cast Fate Unraveler.
Oh boy.
So that's an enchantment creature, so he doesn't trigger the Flame Breather. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Fate Unraveler deals 1 damage to that player. Alright, I'm going to move to combat, and
During your upkeep.
I'm going
Hard
to
wipe.
swing Ob at the guy who's got the Nevinrall's disc.
Mine's not untapped, so
But
I'm
it
on threat.
taps on your next turn,
When
and that's
I
when it's a
die,
threat.
draw a step.
Yeah, I will swing at you for 7 in the air.
Okay. I refuse to acknowledge your damage. Your move.
Indubitably. That respectfully ends my turn.
I don't feel respected.
Okay. At the end of Nelson's turn,
Alright, Mr. Yakuza standing over there doing nothing all fucking episode.
listen, I'm still not doing anything.
Oh.
Lightning Greaves fucks me.
This might be the silliest game this Rionya deck has ever played. I didn't make a single copy of anything.
What does your Parasite do?
Whenever an opponent draws a card, if I control a red permanent, I may have it deal 1 damage to that player.
That. Whenever an opponent draws a card. And your Theater of Horrors I don't care about right now.
I can't. It doesn't do anything unless it's
No.
my turn anyway. So.
One more time. The Parasite. I'm sorry.
When you draw a card,
That's
if
what
I
it does.
control
So
a
you've got-
red
so you've got
permanent,
2 things that trigger
yes,
when I draw a card.
correct.
Gross. Alright, I am going to cast Void Rend, and I'm going to get that guy.
Okay.
Destroy
Yep.
target, land a permanent.
Yep. You got it.
Alright, that is 3. Oh, I didn't blow this. 3 counters on Ramos.
I got you, fam.
Thanks, man.
I've never wanted to lose to a Door of Nothingness so much in my fucking life. Nelson, I don't want to rob you of your victory. I so want to rob you of your victory.
Draw.
I don't have anything won yet.
You are robbing him of his victory by dying
Yep.
before you.
Yep, that is my contribution. It's a real collaborative effort.
I'm just saying, the most you can do right now is just die.
5, 6, 7.
Doesn't work without that part.
10, 11, 12.
Yes.
6, 12. Might as well do this.
Can you win?
No. Let me rephrase that. Probably not.
Ooh, here we go. He's gonna
5,
try though.
6.
Oh, plus
I like it.
I'm not
at least,
trying
I like
to win. I'm trying to do something.
I'm at least winning fantasy football for once.
6.
Did you draw? You drew, right? It's your turn. Yep. So you lose from the Cataract.
I'm going to cast Sunbird's Invocation.
Ooh.
There you go. That's a cool card.
Whenever I cast a spell from my hand, reveal the top X cards of my library, where X is that spell's mana value. I may cast a spell with mana value X or less from among cards revealed this way without paying its mana cost.
Is that a chromatic horror?
Yes,
Is that what that is? Nice.
On the bottom of my
I was gonna
library,
get rid of
in
that
random
for you, but you
order.
killed me.
I was gonna void rend the fucking disc.
Damn it!
Thank you. That is a counter on Ramos.
But I was going to
1, 2, 3,
cascade
4, 5,
into a
6.
Mind Stone.
I am going to cast Aurora Phoenix, which is another counter on Ramos.
I do run to Bolt's Trickery in this deck, I just looked.
Nice.
5/3 flying with Cascade, and whenever I cast a spell with Cascade, return Aura Phoenix from my graveyard to my hand. I will
Really good fucking
Sunbird's
creatures in this deck, I didn't
Invocation
see it all.
first, so I'm going to
Yeah.
reveal the top 6 cards of my library and cast something 6 or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've revealed a Sensei's Divining Top. Zoyola's Justice.
Love
which
that
is a
card.
New card that I like. Contest of Claws, another new card that I like. Actually, Contest of Claws. What with a 9/9 Ramos? Teamer Ascendancy, Spelunking. 3 new cards and a force.
You ass spelunker.
Contest of Claws. Target creature I control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature.
You drew all 6 of those, right?
No.
But
No,
the
I think you
worst-
did.
The worst, yeah, but the best target for the Contest of Claws you can't target.
No, but there's a fucking parasite over there.
That comes back because of Kai's Ghost Form on
That's
it.
okay.
get rid of the gap
If
plus
excess
one.
damage was dealt this way, discover X where X is that excess
Ooh,
damage.
that's good.
I think that's what it's going to be.
You should hit Rionya with
Justice
it and
could
just
just
really...
nuke the
I am
Greaves
going
of
laugh.
to. I am going to cast this Contest of Claws. Yep, and I still have a Cascade trigger coming. Target creature I control, Ramos. I'm casting this so Ramos actually gets a 6 counter, so it's going to be 10. Target creature I control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If excess damage was dealt this way, discover X or X is that excess damage. Your parasite is a 1/1.
Yep.
I'm going to fucking hit it for 10.
Okay, and then it comes back.
That's okay. Before it comes back, right? When it dies?
When it dies or is put into exile, return it to the battlefield under your control.
Okay,
So it comes back.
Who's the
Once
artist?
that's done, Johann Greiner.
Chippy.
So I will discover before the thing actually
Correct.
dies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to discover 9
Well, before it comes back.
Before it comes back.
before it dies.
Oh yeah, even.
Oh, sure.
Because the damage, yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
I'm going to exile cards on top of my library until I exile a non-land card with that mana value or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost.
So at this
Or put it in my
point,
hand.
the Kai's Ghost Form is still on it.
Technically.
Yes.
So you could possibly interact with that.
Yes. Exile cards until I exile something 9 or less. Non-land. That's what I thought. Amulet of Vigor. Fuck.
Wah, wah.
Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield tapped and under my control, untap it. Amulet of Vigor I cast. Now that thing will die.
And now it comes back.
Contest of Claws will go away. Now I have a Aurora Phoenix Cascade trigger for 5 or less. Jonah! Archmage Eternal. 4/3 human wizard with flying, and I can pay Wooburg rather than the mana cost for spells that I cast. Joda will put 3 more counters. Can I have another die, please? I'll bring mine next time. They're here. There. Alright.
The dice are inside the computer.
The dice are inside the computer.
Dice Ex Machina. The
Ah.
dice are in.
That actually makes sense.
Never mind.
Deep inside the machine.
I'm kind of on fire tonight. I am pleased with myself.
Since it turns out Tej and I both built Cascade decks for tonight, or brought Cascade decks for tonight, I'm like, would Songbird's Invocation work in this deck? No.
I am going
Because I'm rarely casting
to
stuff from my hand.
remove
Yeah.
I'm either cascading or I'm spelling.
5
ice
+1
shivering.
+1 counters
To make double
on
Wooburg.
Ramos to make double Wooburg. I will spend 5 of that Wooburg for Door of Nothingness. Door to Nothingness. Sunbird's Invocation. Whenever I cast a spell from my hand, which
But
I
doesn't it enter tap, Tej?
did, it doesn't enter yet at all because I cast a spell. I'm going to
He's
reveal
got the
the
Fucking
Amulet on the
Amulet
board,
of
though.
Figure.
5
God
cards.
damn it.
And all this shit is revealing and not...
4, 5.
And I'm just
Correct.
looking at my counter spell staring at me over here that I can do nothing with. Because it's not my turn.
Jump to Panorama.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Vader
on my
Watcher.
turn and opponents must have taken damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
shitty.
Forest, Grixis, Ancestral Vision.
Draw 3, make him look like a bitch. You can do it. You go down 2.
Yeah, you go to 2. You're going to door to nothingness us away anyway.
He's us.
I'm gonna say, he's got to get one more.
Which I can do.
I thought he could do both of us this turn.
Or, well,
No,
You'd
6
have to
more.
bring it
I
back, 'cause
also have
it's-
to sacrifice it. I have
Yeah.
to bring it back.
Yeah, it's target. It's a
You're right,
target
you're right.
player.
There was
thing.
that one game where I was able to bring it back like multiple times.
The look on your face without looking at the board made
also,
me think that you
didn't
could
you
do
just say that you couldn't do this like a few minutes ago?
I said I couldn't win.
it. He was going to try to do
I'm not gonna win.
Feels like it.
Go, Chris!
And there's that.
Chris,
fucker.
don't fuck this up.
Whenever I cast a spell from the
That's all I do.
hand draw a card. So that draw thing is out.
Yeah.
I will cast Vega the Watcher, which will put 2 counters on Ramos.
That's a good choice too, just for the counters.
Yeah.
Ancestral Vision is technically blue, right? So you would have gotten a counter versus 2.
Yeah.
Yes. Now Door to Nothingness resolves and enters the battlefield tapped, but because of Amulet of Vigor, it will untap.
Remember when you were a pissy that you hit on Amulet of Vigor?
Still pissy. Nah.
I can make Nelson lose, but I can't win.
Yeah.
I mean, his board state is still significantly better than mine.
Correct.
And with that, I will pass the turn.
He's not doing anything, and I'm not going to, except for this.
Did you nothingness me yet?
Not yet.
Oh, cool. You're going to wait till my turn to do it?
I'm gonna wait until you piss me off.
Oh,
You still have Chris in the game.
Cards in hand.
0, because I'm not in the game.
1.
1.
We
Make
know
him draw.
why.
Make him draw. Make him draw.
Just
Sorry,
Schnell's-
you're
Schnell's
Jessica's...
defeat
Oh, yeah,
over
You're
I have to
Jessica's
take-
will that you...
I have to take. You have the option. Would you like me to take one? Because cataract is a May effect.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
I'm at 12.
Thanks. Probably should have let you just do it.
Happy
Let you
to.
fucking have your...
Yeah.
I didn't realize Louis had such a high ABV. 5.6?
Go ahead and pay 3 mana.
I assume that most beers were at that, but I've
Just there,
stopped,
like around 4.
I've stopped drinking
I guess it's a dark beer, though.
most others.
Going to cast Jessica's Will. I'm going to copy it with Primal Wellspring.
For 1. You want to do that?
Yes.
Cards in my hand.
So, I'll target you with 1. Target you with
I
1.
wish I could help him.
I'll add 2 red to my mana pool, and I will exile the top 6, and I may play them this turn. This doesn't count copies of spells, just spells you cast.
Make Tej draw.
top 6?
Make Tej
What?
draw.
Yes.
Make
Exile the
Tej
top 3
draw.
cards of your library.
If he makes
you may
me
play
draw
them this
and
turn.
you choose to have me lose the
But-
life, I'm going to take you out of the game. And
That's
I'm
fine.
not gonna-
I
the
doubled
land
it.
is copy- got
It's
it,
still on the
got it,
stack.
got
It's
it.
still... You can't unstack a double stack.
Actually, you can.
I know.
Actually, you
I
can.
know.
Oh, Chef's Kiss. I love that card.
Keep the fucking Tybalt's trigger.
It's not gonna stop it. 'cause
It can if we want it to.
Okay.
We just have to believe. As Josh Groban once said, if you just believe.
Josh?
I was gonna say, I'm upset by
Yeah,
that
I know.
spot-on Josh Groban impression you've been hiding all night.
Fucking A.
I thought I was going to go with my Chris impression, but you just blew me out of the water.
Isn't Josh Groban in Parks and Rec? Isn't he somebody's brother? He's Adam
Office.
Scott's... Oh, The Office.
Well,
That's what it is.
maybe Parks and Rec too.
No,
but I
it's
know
the,
he's-
it's The
He's in
Office.
It's Always Sunny.
It's Jim's brother, right? In The
no,
Office?
Ed Helms.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Andy's brother. Okay. Yes.
In Dee's like fantasy life, Josh Groban is her husband for a little while.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Parks and Rec is on my list of things to rewatch.
It's so good.
Can't, or then Tej will kill me.
In my opinion, Light Years better than...
Fucking
The
make
Office.
him do it.
Yeah, bite the soap, dude. Make him tickle your asshole or whatever it is.
Whatever keeps me and Chris.
Make him tickle your asshole.
that's nice.
Bet you
Play a
won't.
land for a turn.
That's not asking. I'm not gonna know. You just cost yourself a tickle.
Fucking coward. He can't even do it. I bet.
I don't have to prove shit to you, man.
My 2 red floating
Spoken
from my
like a
2
non-ass
justice
tickler.
floats.
Your reverse psychology is so good. Now I want to tickle your ass.
You're not man enough.
I'll tickle your ass. I'll tickle your ass right now. Let's get up, jerk.
I'm going to cast Electro Dominance for 0.
That's what I'm doing to your asshole.
That's how tickling works. Targeting for 0 damage.
Yep. Now I'll pay 5 mana. I will cast Terror of the Peaks.
Infinite pleasure.
Then I will move to combat.
Tejas face. Tejas face.
I have 2 flyers. I have 4 all my creatures fly.
Yep, I'm one. But when I move to combat, I'm going to get 3 copies of Terror of the Peaks.
What's this?
Rionya Fire Dancer. I get
What's
X tokens that are copies of another target creature I control where X is 1, plus the number of instant and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. I've cast Jessica's Will and Electro Dominance. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got. You could whap me in the face for 15 if you wanted to. Just whap, if you will. I mean, I'd rather you didn't.
Let's see here. 3 Terror of the Peaks.
Oh shit! You took 1 damage. I forgot about that. We're going way back in time. It's a counter here and an exile here.
Did you remember on Tejas' turn, Jim?
No, I didn't.
Was I supposed to take a damage?
You did take a damage.
You took damage. He forgot.
I forgot
Got
it.
it,
Trigger
okay.
knob.
So I have
damage.
15 damage to throw around.
In increments, or
Yes, in increments
Chunks
of
of
5.
5.
do those all come in simultaneously and see each other?
Yes. I believe so.
Yep.
So actually,
Yeah,
It's a lot of damage.
it's a lot more damage.
yeah, it is
Thanks
actually
to the power of math.
because they do see each other.
So that one has 15. The other 3
have 10 each.
Have 10 each. 45.
There's only literally one way this game can go now.
Correct.
You have to kill me and then
Tej wins.
Yes.
Tej wins.
So you have to kill Tej. So
But he can't because he's going to get exiled
Well-
as soon as he tries.
That's so. If he kills you, this is one of those the prison.
Well, yeah,
So
right, exactly.
If he kills you, Tej then takes him out.
Right.
And yeah, he wins.
All right. I'm
If-
gonna here's
yeah.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to they all go on the stack.
Yeah.
I will now listen to your pleas.
You will no, because he can respond after each
Yeah.
individual trigger. So
Yeah.
there's no
After
way.
each target, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because each of those are individual.
Deals damage to equal to that creature's power to any target.
Yep.
So,
I will target. Okay, so I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different targets. The first 5 will go to Nelson's face.
Okay.
oh, hold on.
All of them will have to go on the stack though.
Yep.
Yes.
You have to
Declare
target
Yes.
all of them.
for
Yes.
anyone.
And we
who's-
have to. And
Yes.
Then, yep.
Yeah.
So okay.
So I've got 5
So
coming
I'm
to me,
actually
you've got
going to
4
go.
to-
I'm going to go backwards with this. Actually, I have to go backwards.
Do
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I can't. I have.
So
I
at no
can't
point you're
respond.
actually going to try and eliminate Teach from the game. You're still just going to let him win in response.
He can't win in response if he doesn't activate it now, because Ramos is dying.
So hold on. Point to the targets in the order you want them to resolve.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
that's
5.
how I laid them out. So the last 5 were to Nelson.
Which is how much damage?
25.
It kills me.
Yeah. So as soon as he dies, I door to nothingness and you die.
Yep.
Okay.
There was no way for me to kill you.
If
No.
you just target him outright and then force him to kill you,
then
You
I
either-
could.
it gets-
I
it
Kingmaker
gives me a
one of them.
turn. Yes. Yes.
You're picking who's winning, or you give me a chance. You're
That's-
not king.
that's what it is,
You Tej wins now, or you give me a shot to win. It's totally your call. Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll target you with all of them.
That's what I assume you would. So
That
I'm going to
is-
take you out with dirt or nothing. Yes.
Okay.
Ramos has one counter.
All right. That's all I got. I'm dead.
What's it like?
Was I exiled from the game?
Yes.
Yep.
Where'd you go?
Come back, bye.
All right. Untap on my upkeep. Theater of Horror triggers, exiling a mountain, and then I will draw for turn.
How much mana do you have available? Oh, it's 4 to
1, 2, 3,
activate.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. Alright, so land for turn is going to be this Urborg. Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Swamps. Fucking need those
1,
after
2,
that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could do this twice. I could deal 2 damage to you that way. I'm going to have to get the party started that way. So I'm going to go...
Get it started at.
I'm going to pay 4. And 2 life. So 4 mana, 2 life, Theater of Horrors. You take a damage.
4.
Ob gets a counter. Fuck, not what I needed to see. Okay, so that exiles a command tower.
Yeah, you still got some flyers. Tramples, but he's not quite big enough.
Yep. Alright. 1, 2,
Oh, you just
3.
need to cast a non-creature. Too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to get to, but now I'm dwindling low on mana because I gotta activate this again. Alright, another 4. So you take 1.
3.
Ob gets a counter. And then I exile another card with Ob.
I'm just waiting for your combat where you swing and one of these little fucks ends up putting him in range where. he
Shit,
just,
I think
you
I'm
know,
1
bites
mana.
it.
1, 2, 3. Fuck. Can't cast that. I wonder if this is my only way out of this. How do you... what gets door to nothingness back out of your graveyard?
Nothing. Nothing on board.
Nothing on board. You
Yeah.
gotta have something in your hand.
Yep.
1 card in hand?
1 card in hand.
Any untapped mana sources?
0 untapped mana sources.
Okay. And Ramos is a what right now?
5/5.
A 5/5, and your Phoenix is a
5/3.
5/3. So let's see. So you can block 8 points of damage, and Ob is here, so that would get you down to 1.
His other creatures also fly.
That is correct, sir.
They all fly.
Okay.
All my
They all fly. Okay. But I still have other creatures I can swing at you.
Yeah.
So I've got 4. You've got 4 as well.
Yep.
And all of yours fly.
Yep.
Okay.
Chris, I'm rooting for you so hard.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm going to.
Because fuck both of you.
I'm gonna pay 1. You're tapped out right now.
Tapped out.
I'm gonna pay 1, and I'm gonna cast Blasphemous Act.
Nice.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna board wipe.
Trigger.
Yep. You take a damage.
2.
Ob triggers again. Gets another counter that doesn't matter right now, and you exiled another land. Okay. So that resolves.
Yep.
Boots fall off. All my shit dies.
Almost cost 10.
Ob has been cast 1 extra time from the command zone, so he is going to cost 2 commander taxes. These guys die. This resolves. Everything in exile goes in exile. I'm going to crack 2 treasure tokens, and I'm going to cast Bloodseeker. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you may have that player lose 1 life.
Nice.
I'm going to attach the Greaves to the Bloodseeker, and roll the
out.
dice. I wish. He doesn't have haste. I just
Greaves?
cast him.
Greaves
Oh,
gives
Greaves
him
gives him haste. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You
You're
can
right.
pretend that.
You're right. Sorry.
Free
Sorry.
combat.
Yes. Sorry. So swing at you for 1.
Alright, down to 1.
Thank you. Sorry, I got lost in my own train of thought there. I'm glad you were there to help.
I've been calling you out on mistakes all game. Why
Yeah,
would
I
I
know.
stop, on
Right.
this end of it?
Okay. Go ahead, Teach.
Untap. Draw. That's a creature.
Bring back door to nothingness.
Fuck. Honestly, there's nothing I can do. Pretty sure Nelson's going to win this game, but I'm going to go out fighting. I'm gonna pay 3.
Wait, that was an option?
Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, wait, no, Ramos.
Could I have done that?
Yeah, I really don't think there's anything I can do. So, spin the wheel. I'm going to cast Trinket Mage, which will trigger Sunbird's Invocation, reveal the top 3 cards of my library. Wild Magic Surge, Bituminous Blast, and an Exotic Orchid. Wild Magic Surge is the only thing I can cast. Destroy target's permanent. I cannot hit the stupid blood whoozits.
Bloodseeker.
You can hit the Greaves, but you can't hit the Seeker.
I can't hit the Seeker, and I'm going to die when Trinket Mage
Ease TB.
Ease TB. So that's it.
Wow.
That's it. Good game.
Thanks, bud. So I brought back Nixilis tonight because I wanted to play it correctly. Still cheated, I believe, about 4 times and needed Schnell's help to get through the entire game. But hey, I at least didn't have way more exiles than needed. Playing the deck through the way Nixilis is supposed to work, it was cool to see Prosper early because I do like the bonus of getting a treasure whenever you play a card from exile with him. I think those two obviously worked very well together. It was the deck still worked extremely well. Even within the confines of playing it fairly and correctly. I didn't see any of my Pestilence effects, but I was able to find other cards that were still dealing regular damage. The Sawblade Scamp, right off the bat, the Thermo Alchemist, Theater of Horrors, even though it's fucking expensive, it did do some work getting me, helping me see more cards, but also dealing damage, to my opponents. Nixilis did exactly what he was supposed to do, as well. Cryptolith Fragment was really cool. That worked a lot. I like that it's kind of, like it's a mana rock, but I don't have to use the mana, right? So I can save it basically till the player before me's end step, and then, just float a mana, deal some damage, see a card before my turn. That worked out very well, as well. I didn't know what to do at the end there when Chris left it up to the fates between Tej and I. I was sitting on that Blasphemous Act since my opening hand, and I thought about using it earlier, but at that point in the game, as far as, creatures were concerned, I had the biggest board creature-wise, and there were some things I didn't want to get rid of right away, and then ended up lucking into the Delayed Blast Fireball, which actually turned into like a one-sided board wipe. So that helped me a lot, and then I was able to kind of get some damage in there, which helped thin out my opponent's life totals as we got closer to the end game, which ultimately allowed me to win. I like this deck a lot. It is a ton of fun. It was cool to see it win without All Will Be Won. I did try to grab it with that Vampiric Tutor early on, or I shouldn't say early on, but earlier on. I think we were hitting somewhere about the 45 maybe minute mark or so in the game, and I was like, well, if I can end it here, that's great. We'll just move on to the next one. But it felt good to get a win without that. I know I had talked about the last time I played this, where that was the card in the deck where I'm like, I don't know if I want this in here because it is an infinite combo. If no one can break it up, it's just game ending if Ob's on board. But anyway, I thought it was a lot of fun. The Svella deck's really cool. I love the idea behind it and how it's just kind of, spinning a wheel and seeing what kind of stuff is in there. I forgot what kind of creature Schnell has in there. I'm pretty sure there's Eldrazi. There's probably a Blightsteel, all the big fat stuff that you don't want to sink, 10, 11, 12, mana into, but if you can cheat it out with a spin of the wheel, it's pretty cool. It's almost like what I was doing with the Saheeli Artifact deck that I have, where I'm just kind of spinning the wheel into big shit like Eldrazi and a Blightsteel Colossus. So it's cool to see that in red-green. I like that deck a lot. I liked Svella as a card, had no idea what to do with it, and I think Schnell came up with a really, really cool deck that fits that card well. Not much to say about Ramos. Ramos Cascade, just lets him do a whole bunch of shit as he's looking for his door to nothingness and any combo pieces that he can find there. It's a scary deck. I don't want to call it a glass cannon, but it is a deck that can devastate the table, but I also feel like you have enough time typically to try to interact with it and slow him down and do things about it. So you've got to keep that deck in the back of your mind. Same with Rionya. We saw a couple times where that thing just went off. Especially at the end on Chris's last turn where he was able to put in, I don't remember how many Terror of the Peaks, and he was throwing around 45 fucking damage. I mean, that's nothing to, shake a stick at. So it was cool. We had 2 Cascade decks and then 2 decks that were looking to, kind of copy some stuff and throw damage around to, again, thin out our opponent's life total. So it was a really good game. I like the Sub-Nixilis deck a lot. It was fun to see it work again the way it's supposed to. I think it helps a lot that it's got a very low average CMC, so the curve is really low. It's easy to cast stuff, on curve and just cast multiple spells. So yeah, it was cool. It was fun. Liked it a lot. This is definitely a deck I'll be keeping together.
For tonight's game, I decided to bring Rionya out of cobwebs. It had been a pretty long while since I had run this deck last. Over the last couple of standard releases, Caverns of Ixalan and the newest Eldraine entry, I pulled about, I would say, approximately a dozen cards that I thought would be a really good fit for this deck. And Rionya is a deck that is always evolving. The basic play pattern effectively stays the same. Chain together some non-creature spells, instants, and sorceries in particular, and then make a copy of a creature with a really good ETB or really high power to kind of just take out one or multiple players in one swoop. But I do like to update that creature suite fairly regularly just to keep it from getting stale. Every set there's some big monster like red creature that does something cool when it enters the battlefield. And being able to replicate that 4 or 5 times just makes for a big splashy play. That's a lot of fun. But I've just been very, very busy lately and I've fallen behind on the wayside. I wanted to see what were some spots in this deck that I could shore up a little bit, and I saw quite a few. This was probably all in all the poorest outing that I had for this deck until that one turn at the end, but at that point our fate was already sealed with a locked and loaded door to nothingness on board. Gun to my head, I really didn't have much of a choice to make. I could make a Kingmaker somebody or just exit stage left, and I chose to do that ultimately. That being said, this game was kind of interesting just to watch. Nelson's deck is synergistic to a point that not many of his decks are. It doesn't matter what he is casting, he's getting triggers on everything, and it just rolls out of hand very, very quickly. And that spate of black instants that they've been printing lately that lets you just kind of keep things in play, like the Malakir Rebirth, things of that ilk, they're so common now, and they're so efficient. I'm just going to keep my 6 mana creature around for 1, at most 2 mana. I absolutely love that style of card. I run them in every deck of my own that has access to black. Tej's deck, on the other hand, did mostly nothing, very little in terms of interaction. He sat around and was just beaten all about the head and face for most of the game, until the end, when all of a sudden he was the massive threat. He was the little kid waving his father's gun around and somebody was gonna get shot. It just happened to be me. I just painted a big bullseye on myself. All in all, I really did enjoy this game. It felt a little swingy, but that's good. I liked that everybody had at least a couple turns where you were they're really building to something here. Even Schnell did, until the board wipe when we got rid of his mana tripler. After that, kind of cooled down, but everybody had their hand in it tonight, and that makes for a good game.
Ramos had a very slow start tonight. I ended up mulliganing down to 6. I feel like I should have kept my opening hand, the very first one I drew. I just didn't have any early game plays, and I thought I was going to have kind of a slow start. So I decided to roll the dice and try again, and then my mulligan ended up only drawing 2 lands and nothing to play with them. So I went down to 6 at the start of the game, and quite honestly, I didn't think I was going to do much this game at all. To be fair, I didn't do much this game at all. But I came real close to winning there at the end, and that was all thanks to Contest of Claws, which is a brand new card that I put in this deck from Cavern of Ixalan. And Contest of Claws did exactly what I wanted to do in this game. I wanted to build Ramos up as big as I could get it, then use the contest to deal a massive amount of damage to a creature and discover the excess damage, and ended up doing 10 damage to a 1/1 creature, and I discovered 9, and that's what really picked up the game for me in the end. I only had like 2 or 3 turns after the contest, but honestly, that's all this deck really needed to really take off. So I'm real happy with Contest of the Claws. Like I said at the top of the game, I added 7 cards into Ramos because of the new Discover mechanic, which is similar to Cascade but not the same, because the card with Discover needs to resolve before I discover. So I'm not just cascading into cascading into cascading with Discover, but I'm still getting more options. And when I think the first Discover card I saw was the Raptor from the Precon, and when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that card's going in the deck. It's just another creature with Discover, which is a cascade effect, the way I'm thinking about it in this deck. And that Raptor didn't end up making the cut because a bunch of other cards that released came out. I was looking for specific things, like Contest of Claws is removal. I pull out everything here that I added into the deck, because everything slots into something the deck already wants to do. Zoe Owa's Justice is removal. The owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into their library. But it's also kind of protection. If someone's targeting something of mine, I can Justice my own thing, because then that player discovers X, where X is its mana value. So I can use it in a pinch to remove a threat, but more importantly, I can use it on something of my own to get another cascade effect. Other things that this deck wants to do, Walk with the Ancestors is a not a reanimator, like a kind of reanimator. Returns a 1 target permanent card from my graveyard to my hand, discover 4. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of right now, but it's taking something that I've already used, put it back into my hand, and then discovering or cascading. Other things like Hit the Mother Load is very expensive, 4 and 3 red, but I discover 10. And if the discovered card's mana value is less than 10, I get treasures equal to the difference. Spelunking is a card that really fits well into the deck because I'm using the cheap fetch lands, which enter tapped. When Spelunking enters the battlefield, I draw a card, then I'm going to put a land from my hand onto the battlefield. Lands I control enter the battlefield untapped, so that makes my cheap fetches into fetches I can use right away. It turns my shock lands into lands I can use right away. This is the 3rd effect I have in the deck that lets my lands enter the battlefield untapped. Chimil, the Inner Sun, spells I control can't be countered, and at the beginning of my end step, I discover 5. Now I'm cascading every single turn at the end of my turn. Again, Discover works slightly different because in this case it's an ability that needs to resolve, but I'm discovering 5, which will maybe put me into another Discover card. Maybe puts me Discover card, or another Cascade effect or something. So I'm still churning out these spells, which are still powering up Ramos every single time. And the last card that I put in the deck that I want to see in action, because I don't know if I want to keep it around or not, is Ellie and Alan, Paleontologists. This one I liked because it is a 3 color cost. It's green, white, blue, which is 3 counters for Ramos. But I have to tap it and exile a creature card from my graveyard. And I don't know how often I'm going to have creature cards in my graveyard.
and I discover X, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. So in my head, I could let Ramos go to the graveyard and not the command zone, and then activate Ellie and Alan, and then discover 6, which isn't going to put anything on Ramos, obviously, but it's still a big number to discover or to cascade. So these are all the cards that I added into the deck, and even though I only saw one of them, I saw 2 of them this game. I saw the Justice as well, but I chose to play the Clause of Contest. But all of these cards do something that the deck already wants to do. The removal, the recursion, the having my lands enter the battlefield untapped. It's just I lost my train of thought, but it's what the deck wants to do, and there are new options in the deck that the deck just didn't have before. So I'm real excited about playing Ramos again and seeing all of these things play out. As far as the actual game goes, right at the end there, it came down to Chris, and Chris made the right choice. He could have targeted all that damage at Nelson, in which case the turn would have passed to me, and then I would have taken Chris out. So him directing all that damage to Nelson would have caused me to win the game. Or he could have taken all that damage and directed it at me, which is what he did do, and then I take him out, so I stick around in the game. But then at that point, it was just left up to Nelson and me, still playing Magic. Neither one of us could win based on what we had on the board. Nelson still had the great upper hand, so I probably wasn't going to win at that point anyway, but at least both of us still had a chance to do something in the game. The game overall was a very slow start for me, and like I said, I didn't really start rolling until I saw that Contest of Claws, and then it all picked up from there. This was a very fun game, though. Ramos, I like to get an early start with some mana rocks or cheap things to get out. I started the game with a Yidris, which I was hoping to swing into Schnell. But then there was a board wipe in there, so I wasn't able to do that either, just to get the Cascade ball rolling. But in the end, this turned out to be a very fun game. I'm happy with all these cards that I put in this deck. I just need to play a couple more games with Ramos, hopefully fairly soon, to see all of these cards in action.
So Svella is a deck that I dusted off because I don't play it that often, and I realized near the end of this one that I was playing it incorrectly. Not that I was misreading it, but that I was misunderstanding how I designed the deck to actually function. So yes, there is a large Cascade theme to the deck, but it is actually a Cascade sub-theme. The idea is to continually activate Svella's second ability so that I have the choice of which of those 4 cards on the top of my library I'm going to cast. The idea is that way I can target specific things. If they have Cascade, I'm getting extra bonuses off of that because Svella does cast those specifically herself. By me trying to just keep cascading myself, I was leaving it completely up to random, whatever the top of my card or top library card was, and that went poorly. I just kept getting mana rock. So, as far as not coming back from the board wipe, I do have to. Old man shakes his fist as that one because I had to board wipe to keep things going for all of us. I had to threaten to board wipe again, and nobody else was really stepping it up when they needed to control Nelson. Or anyone for that matter. So, me being the source of interaction and just game control is weird, and I don't like that responsibility. So, don't ever put that on me again. As far as the overall game, I like Ramos a lot, and I pointed out that, yeah, Teej and I both had Cascade decks. His also feels almost targeted Cascade controlled chaos in a way because he always seems to end up cascading into exactly what he needs, which is annoying, but good for him. Chris's Rionya is a terrifying deck that thankfully just did not go off the way it normally does. That deck can just get absurd with some of the ETB triggers, and I'm so happy that Nelson got the win without the asterisk today. I did coach him a little bit, but I want him to have victories free of, well, actually, you fucked up. So, good on him for that, and stay tuned to see if he doesn't need any more prompting to read all of the cards. Please like and subscribe to follow more of our games, or just go back and watch some of the old stuff, because those are good too. Thank you for watching.